Minnie's First Time, 2006, is a provocative psychological drama that exhilaration, power, and moral coming of age in any celebratory sense. And starring Nikki Reed, Alec Baldwin, Carrie-Anne Moss. The film tells its story from the perspective of a teenage girl, intelligent and emotionally advanced than the adults around her. What unfolds is a dark, cautionary tale about how self-deception, ego, and exploitation can spiral into irreversible consequences. The story centers on Minnie, a highly detached teenager who narrates the film with calm certainty. From the very beginning, Minnie frames herself as the smartest person in the room, someone who sees through social rules and believes she understands human nature better than the adults who underestimate her. She lives with her mother, Diane, a successful but emotionally distant woman whose life revolves around a romantic relationship with Martin, Diane's boyfriend. Minnie feels ignored, dismissed, and sidelined in her own home, and this resentment quietly fuels much of what follows. Minnie begins a secret relationship with Martin, her mother's boyfriend, to understand that this relationship is not portrayed as healthy, equal, or acceptable, despite Minnie's attempt to narrate it as something she controls. Martin is an adult with authority, experience, and responsibility, while Minnie is a teenager whose confidence masks emotional immaturity. The film deliberately shows how Minnie interprets the situation as a game of power, convincing herself that she is in control, while the reality is far more disturbing. Martin's involvement represents a clear breach of boundaries and responsibility, regardless of Minnie's self-assured attitude. As the relationship continues, Minnie becomes increasingly manipulative. She does not present herself as confused or victimized. Instead, she believes she is orchestrating events to serve her own emotional goals. Her narration is calm and analytical, almost clinical, which creates an unsettling contrast between how she sees herself and the seriousness of her actions. This storytelling choice is intentional, forcing the audience to question how reliable Minnie truly is and whether her confidence is actually a defense mechanism against loneliness, anger, and a lack of genuine connection. Parallel to this storyline is Minnie's complicated relationship with her mother. Diane is not portrayed as cruel, but she is emotionally unavailable and self-absorbed, often treating Minnie as an inconvenience rather than a priority. The film suggests that Minnie's behavior is partly driven by a desire to assert control in a life where she feels powerless and overlooked. However, the film never excuses her actions. Instead, it shows how emotional neglect can coexist with personal responsibility, creating a dangerous mix. As tensions escalate, Minnie's actions begin to have serious consequences. What she initially treats as an intellectual experiment or emotional rebellion grows into something far darker. The adults involved, Martin included, reveal their own moral weaknesses, poor judgment, and willingness to rationalize behavior that should never have been allowed to continue. The film makes it clear that intelligence and self-awareness do not equal emotional maturity, and that believing oneself to be above the rules is often the first step toward disaster. One of the most striking elements of Minnie's First Time is its refusal to offer easy moral clarity. Instead of presenting clear heroes and villains, the film depicts a chain of failures: parental, ethical, and emotional. Minnie's narration constantly challenges the audience, daring them to accept her version of events, even as the reality on screen quietly contradicts her self-image. This tension is the core of the film's psychological impact. Nikki Reed delivers a chilling performance as Minnie, balancing confidence, detachment, and vulnerability in a way that keeps the viewer uneasy throughout. Alec Baldwin portrays Martin as a man who understands he is crossing a line, yet continues anyway, embodying moral weakness rather than overt cruelty. Carrie-Anne Moss adds depth to Diane, portraying a woman whose emotional distance contributes to the breakdown of trust in her family, while Luke Wilson's role further reinforces the theme that many adults in Minnie's world are passive, flawed, or willfully blind.